Welcome. Thank you. Hey, this is Seth from 10-8 Real Estate Team here in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And I'm making this video to kind of address a topic that comes up quite a bit. I get asked all the time, is the weather terrible in North Idaho? Is it really cold? Can I do it? I'm moving from somewhere else that's warm. What's it going to be like when I get there? So before I start, I need to fulfill a promise that I made to some of my local friends. And here we go. If you are moving here and you intend to change it to like where you came from, you know what I mean, then my friends here would like you to know that the weather is terrible. It's miserably cold all the time and everyone is really mean. I'll just leave it at that. Now that we got that out of the way, I can only assume that you intend to move here and embrace the incredible way of life and natural outdoor beauty that is North Idaho. So what is the weather like here in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho? Well, I can tell you this, it changes just about every 15 minutes, so it seems like it's really hard to predict. But I can talk in averages and my own personal experience with living here. Coeur d'Alene gets on average 174 days of sunshine per year. The longest day of the year, which is in June, is about 16 hours long. So you have this huge window of daylight in the summertime. The summer is short, on average 2.5 months or so, and then everybody just tries to pack in all of their activity because the weather is absolutely wonderful. It averages in the 80s, low 90s, although last year we did have about 3 weeks of over 100-degree temperatures, which is somewhat abnormal for this area, but you could expect it in the future as well. The shortest day of the year in Coeur d'Alene is in December, and that's about 8 hours and 25 minutes of daylight, so something to keep in mind. Also in those winter months, which is typically between November to late February, you're going to be dealing with longer periods of cloudy skies, and it can feel a little bit more claustrophobic. You will still have sunny days interspersed in between there, but you're going to have potentially weeks of cloudiness and then some sun. Now, as far as snow, the snowfall amounts in Coeur d'Alene aren't as bad as many people think. We'll get potentially a foot or so of snow or less, and then within a week or two it tends to be melted off and the snow doesn't seem to stick around for any great length of time. I know snowfall is a big concern for a lot of people that haven't grown up in an area that does get snow and deals with icy, snowy roads. My advice for you on that is, one, the Public Works Department does a pretty good job of keeping the roads plowed and de-icing intersections. But there are times when you will be driving on an inch or two of packed snow. And my advice as a former highway patrolman is to just drive a little slower. It's going to take you a little longer to get where you're going from. But if you take your time and give yourself plenty of space in between the vehicle in front of you, you can get there safely. All-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is an awesome benefit. It's not absolutely needed, but it is great. And just remember, all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive does help you get going better, but it doesn't help you stop better. So give yourself plenty of distance and you will be fine. Also, some people get studded snow tires, which have little metal studs embedded in the tires, and those can be really helpful. And you'll want to have a pair of chains in your vehicle, just in case. I have not had to put chains up here in a very long time, but it could happen. So keep them handy. And if you follow those tips, you're going to be totally fine driving in the snow. Just like to finish off this video with kind of giving you a good idea of the beauty that is North Idaho, and that includes the weather. I have lived in 8 different states all over this country, including Alaska, California, and all over the East Coast. And I've lived in beautiful places, but coming here and walking out on the shore of Lake Coeur d'Alene for the first time was mind-blowing to me. I just can't really words can't really describe it. Pictures do a good job, but actually being here in person and kind of experiencing the outdoors, the wildlife, obviously the lakes and the rivers and the mountains, it all adds up to an incredible place to live. So I'd like to, hopefully I gave you a reasonable idea of what the weather is actually like, because I wouldn't want people to move here with any misconceptions on the roads or wintertime. Winter can be, it can feel long and it can feel, like I said, claustrophobic, closed in, but the spring and the wildflowers everywhere and the flowering trees, and then into the summer, which is just glorious with the sunshine and the outdoor activities. And then coming into the fall, where you have the wonderful colors in the trees and just kind of like that first smell of snow in the air. Like I love everything about that. And then if you enjoy wintertime activities, having the access to, I think there's 5 ski resorts within an hour and a half of Coeur d'Alene. So having access to all of that is completely worth it to me, and it may be exactly what you're looking for. So take that advice, and please reach out if you have any questions. I'll try to make more videos like this to give people a better idea of exactly what it's really like here. And yeah, look to see those in the future. If you would subscribe, and please hit the like button on the video if you liked it. If you don't, then don't. Thank you.